Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel, Learn Data Analytics with Blessing. So today we'll be looking at data validation. So how many of you have noticed that whenever you try to sign up for a page or a site online, most especially when it comes to that point where you have to create a password, sometimes you may be given criteria to create a password. Number one could be that your password must be of 8 characters, or that it must be a combination of symbols, letters, and numbers. The moment you don't meet those criteria, it keeps telling you to create a password that fits the criteria. That is data validation. So think of data validation as setting rules, ground rules or restriction for the type of data that can be entered into a box or a cell or range of cells in Microsoft Excel. With data validation, you can restrict the type of data a user can enter into a cell or a sheet in Microsoft Excel. So with data validation, you can be sure that you don't have errors. Errors will be minimized. That's one. The number two, with data validation, you can be sure that you don't have the wrong set of data or information imputed in your spreadsheet. Because why? You've placed restriction on the type of data to be entered. Alright, let's look at some practical example of how to create data validation.
We'll be looking at data validation. So let's start with this scenario. Let's say L&D is a company that trains people, and they're looking at giving out scholarship to some set of students to learn 1 or 2 courses from them. So working with them, they ask you now to use Excel sheets to collect their details, but then you have to place a restriction on what type of data should come in. So they're telling you now that, okay, we only want students that are from the age 18 to 25, and they must also specify the time they'll be available for the training, which must be from 10 a.m. to like 5 p.m. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is the criteria. They must not exceed the age 18 to 25, and the time they will be available for the training must be between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Any time within that time is okay, but you're not accepting any time outside those times specified. All right, so I'm going to show you how you can place restriction on your data on your cells or a column in Excel. So I'm going to place a restriction on this age column such that anytime a student or anyone that will be a beneficiary of this scholarship, anytime they enter his or her name here, it's only restricted to put a age in between 18 to 25. All right, so to do that, I'm going to highlight this whole column. Then in my data tab, inside the data tools group, you can see the data validation command. So I'll click on the drop down button beside data validation, then I'll select data validation. In data validation dialog box appears, and we have 3 tabs. We have the setting tabs, the input message, and the error alert. So the first thing here in the settings tab is the validation criteria. So what kind of value do you want to allow inside the cell? Currently it's on any value. So by default it's on any value, which means any value, any data type can be entered into those cells in that column. But I don't want it to just accept any type of data. Click on the drop down button and we see different options. Do you want it to accept whole numbers? If I should select whole numbers, it means it will only accept numbers, whole numbers. If I select decimals, it means it will only accept decimals. If I select list, it means it's only the specified list that it would accept. If I select date, it will only accept dates. If I select time, it will only accept time. Text length, then you're going to customize it. So since I'm dealing with age, I want to work with whole numbers. So we have, okay, data should be what? Is it between or not equal to? Not between, or equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So I'm going to go with between, because we've been told the age must be between 18 to 25. So what is the minimum? 18. What is the maximum? 25. Okay, the next tab is the input message. So show input message when cell is selected. So what do you want to be shown? So I'll give it title information. I'll say information, then please type in what should be shown. Please enter, or let me just put, you must be between age 18 to 25, else don't fill in your name. Full stop. Then the next one is the error alert. Next tab, error alert. So I wanted to show error alert once the person is not adhering to the instruction. He's putting maybe another age above or below what I've specified. So what should be the style? Stop. Then the title, I'll give it warning. Then the error message, please enter the correct age. Correct, or enter age between 18 to 25. Okay, full stop. Here we have the start. In the start, we have stop, we have warning, we have information. So I'm going to hit stop. We'll check out warning and the rest later. What stop would do is, once the person is not putting the right information, he or she will not be able to enter anything. It will bring in error. So let's see. Okay. Currently, you can see the information. Oh, please, you must be between age 18 to 25, else don't fill in your name. Right? So if we type in 18, it accepts it. 25, it accepts it. What number is between 23? It accepts it. Now look what happens if I type in 27. You can see this warning. You can see, please enter the age between 18 to 25. Retry. Enter. It is not accept it, because so I already specified that it will only accept the age between 18 to 25. Okay, so let's cancel this. So let us is that they have to put in a time between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I highlight the whole cells in this column. Then in my data tab, still in data tools group, data validation, select data validation, and I'm here. Settings. So I want to allow the time value, so click on time. So what should be my start time? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. What should be my end time? 5 p.m. Input message, put information, input title information, input message, please enter a time between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Error alert, warning. The title, I want to give it warning. Then I want to change the style from stop to warning. What warning would do, for stop, it didn't allow, you have to retry again. It did not allow or accept the value until the right value was imputed. But for warning would bring out the warning message, but then it will still allow you to go ahead. So because I know that, okay, so let's go on and see. I would explain very well. Please put in the time between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Then okay. So I'm here. I put in 10 a.m. It accepts the value. If I put in 6 p.m. it's putting a time between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Do you want to continue? So with the style warning, you can still, when you hit yes, it means you can continue. So this is why I'm allowing that kind of style for this cell, is because the kind of time I specified. Let's go back to our data and see. Let's see the kind of time I specified. I specified this type of time. This is it. So someone else could just come and type the time anyhow. 6 then PM in small letter, or 6 then colon 00 colon 00 in different formats. As long as I already selected the style to be worn in, anytime the person specified between 10 to 5 will be accepted. It will be accepted. It would. Even if when the person specified put in a value greater than 5 or lower than 10, it will accept because why? I set the time to be in warning. So that's how you place restriction on your cells and your column. Either you allow any of the value, whole number, decimal. So that's it. Let's look at, if you also want to clear it now, if you want to clear the validation you've done, you've applied the restriction, you want to clear it, you can just highlight that whole cell or range you've applied that validation to, then go to your data tab in your data validation group, then here, and you see clear all, then clear all and okay. So it clears all you will not find that button anymore, that information, the comments, this thing, you can't find it again because why? It has already removed it. But you can still find this one because I didn't clear it from here. Okay, so what if I want to create a list? I only want to restrict what should be entered into this particular column to what is here. So we sell goods in this supermarket, and these are what we sell. We sell just school bags, socks, exercise book, marker, journal. So these are the things that is being sold in the supermarket. So for every sales made, I only want to see this product here. I only want to see this product here, nothing more, nothing less. So to do that, I have to create a restriction to just having this data being selected in any of this cell alone. So I'll highlight this cell now, go to my data tab. In my data tools group, I'll select data validation, then I'll select data validation. So what I'll be allowing is a list. Select list. So what is the source? So I'll click here to highlight this, all the list of product I have, then go back. Input message, information. Now say pick product from the list, pick product, name from the list, product, name from the list. Error alert, let me give it warning. The message, please pick from the list. Now hit OK. So now, anytime I click on this, you can see we have a drop down button now beside that column. So I'll click on that drop down button, you get to see the list of all the products here. So I'm okay, school bag, today I sold school bag I sold 2 school bag, then price for like $60. You can also place restriction on the kind of data that should enter here. Okay, this should only take whole numbers. This should only take decimals, or anyhow you want to restrict that data to be entered. So anytime you click on any cell in that column you've placed restriction on, you would always see that drop down button for you to select what you want to select. School socks. So that is how you place restriction on your cells or range of cells in Microsoft Excel. So I hope you've gotten that already. All right, so thank you very much. Please do well to practice very well and also practice the one we're doing so far. Thank you. Do well to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the videos that will be coming after this.